Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana and I really appreciate you being here with me today. I hope you are doing well. We are back on my half city core, half countryside island, and today we are going to do a speed build on the city side of this island. So a lot of the city side of the island is complete. We have our skate park right over here, which I did do in another speed build video, so go ahead and check that out if you have not seen it already. And then right beyond this skate park, I wanted to have a little bit of a natural park area going right through here, so with a lot more trees and greenery. And then this is the area we are going to work on today, my peninsula on this island, and this is going to be our city skyline. So let's make our way down here. Typically on my peninsula, I have always kind of built it up and added a lighthouse here, but today we're going to do something a little bit different, and this whole peninsula here is going to be for our city skyline. It's going to be more of a forced perspective kind of view. So let's get started. I really want to make this area look like it's got a lot of skyscrapers and city buildings that are off in a distance, so we're going to be using a lot of the servers and simple panels to kind of build this area up and make it look like it is a full-on city skyline that we're viewing from a distance. So this area down here is not going to be accessible. So since this is going to be more of a forced perspective build, I'm going to start off by putting in a little roadway here. This custom code is one I designed myself. I don't have it pushed out yet on the portal, so once I do, I will go ahead and put my creator code down there, but for now, it's just going to be here. I will provide that creator code later on. But all my other codes that I use in this video, I will provide in the description down below. So here I'm just putting down my little, kind of like a highway code, and then this other half looks more like a little railroad track. I'm going to add in a little train over here as well. When I do go visit the city, I typically take a train. I don't drive myself down there. The closest city to me where I live is Chicago. I don't get down to the city too often though. Sometimes I go there for concerts or Broadway musicals or things like that, but I don't typically make my way down to the city too often. I'm much more of a kind of country girl. I prefer less hustle and bustle. Typically on vacations, I like to go to places like Colorado or places that aren't super crowded. That's just kind of me and my personality. But it is fun to go to the city every once in a while and just kind of see all that there is to do down there. Definitely a lot of shopping, stores, great entertainment, things like that. So every once in a while it is fun to make my way down there, but it's not something I typically do. But let me know down in the comments, since this island is half city core, half countryside, where would you prefer to live? Are you more of a city kind of person or more of a countryside kind of person? I placed my representative on this island on the countryside just for me and my personality. I prefer more of a laid back kind of setting, less hustle and bustle, more kind of just be one with nature. That's more me, but I do enjoy going to the city every once in a while. Although if I was to choose, I would prefer myself to be on the countryside. But let me know in the comments down below. Would you prefer to live on the city side? Do you live in a city yourself? Or would you prefer more of a natural countryside kind of setting? Okay, so I'm just gonna build up a second tier here. This is so we can give our area a little bit more of height and variety. We're gonna place some of our servers up here to have it look more like large, tall skyscrapers. So that's looking good so far. I'm liking that. Let's climb on up and place down our first server. Right here looks good. And I'll kind of swivel it around. I did debate when I set my dream address having this entire island set at nighttime because the city skyline does look really nice at nighttime. The servers and these other items I'm placing down, such as the diner sign and the customized cube lights, they look really nice illuminated. However, I think the rest of my island looks much better during the daytime, the countryside of the island, and things like that. So I think when I do set my dream address, this entire island will be set during the daytime. Although I'll probably show you at the end of this video how this area looks illuminated up at night. It does look really nice, but I think, again, for the dream address, it's going to be set in the daytime. Okay, that looks pretty good for the top tier on this side. I'm just going to break away this little ledge here and add back in this custom code. And we'll go ahead and start placing down the simple panels here in the front. Again, like I said, all custom codes I use, aside from the ones I created myself, I will place in the description down below. And now I'm just going to place down some more of this cement code that I've used elsewhere on this island. I just don't want too much of the grass showing through. I wanted to give this more of a city kind of feel. With our limited slots for custom codes, I try to reuse what I can and pick out codes that might be a little bit more universal for the whole island. So I think this will work well. And now we're going to place down the Statue of Liberty. This is not necessarily New York, but I think that this just kind of fits well over here. So we'll place her right over here. Add another little bush right in this spot just to give this area a little bit of greenery. And then just keep placing down some more servers. These are going to be our nice tall skyscrapers. Let's add in a record box here at the top that is customized in that same little window design. That looks good, and now I'm going to add in the rocket. I know that seems a little weird, but this is just going to give it a little bit more height and variety to kind of make it look like a little bit different buildings kind of are out there in the distance. Sometimes you just got to get creative and try using different items that are in the game. Sometimes they work out well. Let's put another bush here. That looks good. And another simple panel. I want to kind of give a variety of depth to this area. Again, so just it looks like there's a lot of different buildings that are layered upon layered out there in the distance. Let's add some more of these custom codes here. And this looks good. Now to tackle the other side of the skyline. So let's climb on up here. So I'm going to leave a lot of these weeds back here. This whole area back here is not going to be accessible, so it's okay if there's going to be some weeds back here. You're not going to see them from our viewpoint. So let's place down some more of these servers. I'm going to place some of them facing forward, some backwards, just to kind of give, again, a little bit of a variety. These are going to be the windows. These are not necessarily servers. Again, we're imagining them as skyscrapers. I enjoy doing these forced perspective views. I try to do a forced perspective of some sort on all of my islands, whether it is a mountainy looking overlook or my Dracula's Castle build on my horror movie island. I just think that they're kind of fun to have an area that looks a little different from afar. I've never done a forced perspective build on my peninsula before, so I think that this is really unique for my islands, but I'm excited to see how it turns out in the end. As I mentioned before, I typically place a lighthouse on my peninsula. Sometimes I do an island home, but this is the first time I'm building out a full forced perspective on the peninsula. But this is kind of fun, and again, it also leaves me space to not fill in everything. So this whole back area here with all these weeds, I'm not going to even worry about it. It's not going to be seen. I'm not going to worry about anything for it. I'm just going to focus on placing down items that are going to be visible from the viewpoint. And I'm going to place down a variety of items as well. So here I'm going to place down one of these wide display cases. This is going to be another building here. Move it up here to the front. And I placed down this imperial partition. Just going to move this around and over this way a little bit. It's just going to, again, look like a different type of building. You'll see this more as we get up to the viewpoint. Move this into place and put another server right here. Of course, the good majority of our buildings are going to be the servers. Let's put a pagoda back here. Let's just get some of these weeds out of the way and move this into position. I really like this item because it's nice and tall, and it's just going to give a different sort of look to our buildings in the background. Let's place down another diner sign over here. And a wood-burning stove. I know that seems weird, but it's just going to give a little bit of height to our skyline. So now working on the front part. So I want to kind of give the illusion that one of these buildings is a little bit closer than the others. So I'm placing down these small wood partitions here in front of the wide display case. I want this to kind of look like another building with windows. So let's place down the medium wood partition right here. I know that really doesn't look like much, but hopefully from a distance it's going to look kind of like a building. The bookcase right here, and then the fencing, just to kind of look like another building with some windows. We're just going to use our imagination here. We have to use what we have in the game, and sometimes it's very limited. Okay, let's place down a few more simple panels and some more servers. Move everything into place here. Move this over here. Okay, that looks good. Another server here. And now I'm just going to add down some of these air conditioner boxes. I think they could pass for smaller buildings against these big skyscrapers. It looks like they kind of have little windows here on the side. I don't know, what do you think? Do they pass as buildings? I think they could. Let's add another little bush over here. And now I'm going to create our little trains. I'm going to use these throwback containers and just line them up all the way down our little railway track over here. Just gives the illusion that it looks like a little commuter train. I think they're really cute. I'm also going to add in some of these low screen panels over here, just to kind of separate it a little bit. I don't often use the throwback container for anything, but I think they work really well here for a little train. And now I'm just going to place down a small cedar tree and a couple nursery trees, just to kind of give the illusion that these are trees off in the distance. Let's place down a little bit more coating and another air conditioner unit. Another little small building over here. Let's turn it around. Okay, that can work. And just adding in a few more of these small trees, so another small cedar tree. So to keep these trees stunted, I do have to bury a piece of fruit near the tree, or in this case, a nursery fruit tree will work as well. So let me just place a bush right over here, and then I'm going to add some stuff back here to this beach. You are going to see a little bit of this beach from the distance, so let's add a drink machine and then the little film projector, just to look like a little building. And now for the cutest part, the little cars. So you can get these little pocket-sized camper vans via Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. You can also get them via Nookazon or Treasure Islands. They're so cute and really help with that forced perspective. So now, to give the illusion that there are palm trees on the beach as well, I'm just going to add some small coconut trees here. To keep them stunted, I will have to have a fruit tree planted behind them, but for my dream address, I can remove that fruit tree and it won't be there at all. So just for the purpose of this build, I'm not even going to have it here. Okay, I'm just going to finish up by placing one more little building back here. So let's just climb back up on this ledge and place down one more server, spin this around with the little cube light on the top. I think this is going to also be seen from our viewpoint. And I think this area is all complete. Let's go ahead and get up to our viewpoint and see how it all turned out. I'm really pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it looks pretty convincing for buildings out in the distance. So let's just see how it looks as you're walking up to it. So coming up here, I think it looks cute. I really like the way it turned out. As promised, let's take a peek at what this area looks like at night. So as you can see, everything is very illuminated. It looks pretty cool here as the skyline at night. But again, the rest of my island looks better in the day, so my dream address will definitely be set during the daytime. But please let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this build? Do you think I pulled off a city skyline pretty well? If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. I hope you all are having an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.